Hi, this is Heather. It's Monday morning, June 12th, and I'm trying to do this video fresh out of the shower before my family wakes up. So today we're going to talk about the foundations of nutrition. It's Nutrition Monday. So got a little slideshow. I'm going to try to keep it quick and brief. Let me pull it up for you. Okay, slideshow. So like I said, today it's week one, just foundation week, and we're going to talk about nutrition this Monday. Let's get started. Managing your weight, we'll talk specifically about that because people usually think about weight when they think about nutrition. So managing your weight can be tricky. Factors that affect your weight are your nutrition, obviously, and digestion, exercise, activity, hormones, stress, illness, and drugs. And we'll talk about various different these things throughout the week and throughout the 8 weeks here with our summer online challenge. Nutrition really is what you eat. So I've learned that more and more and more. It's something I heard as a child, but it's so true. What you eat can affect your stress level. It can affect your hormones, which are the regulators of your body. It can affect your sleep. It can affect your mood. It can affect your waistline. It can affect your attitude. It can affect everything. So you really are what you eat. Balanced nutrition is directly related to health, wellness, longevity, and the ability to heal the body. Is an ageless concept. So our bodies, if you give your body what you need, actually have the ability to heal itself. So that concept's been around forever. If you look at nutrition over time, back in the Stone Ages, plants were used for medicinal purposes. Chinese have used foods for cures and preventions for centuries. Hippocrates, I'm not going to say it right. Hippocrates suggested diet and nature should be taken into account when treating illness. And Florence Nightingale believed that selecting and preparing healing foods, in addition to fresh air, quiet, and punctuality and care and administration of diet, were necessary to keep the body working properly and for healing in times of injury or illness. She was ahead of her time. So what is nutrition exactly? Nutrition is the ingestion of foods and the relationship of food to human health. And what are nutrients? That's what we get from our food. That's why we eat. Nutrients are substances the body needs to provide you with energy. It allows you to maintain your health and repair and regenerate your tissues and your cells. The amount of nutrients varies at each stage of life. Okay. Depending on where you are, you're going to need more nutrients and less nutrients. As you get older, you don't need quite as much to eat, but when you're younger, you need a whole lot because your body's growing and it's changing. There are macronutrients in your food. There's 7 of them. Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. That's what people think about all the time. They're the 3 main ones that give you calories. So that's what people think about. Carbohydrates are going to be a big source of energy for your body. It's the one thing your brain uses for nutrition, for energy. Proteins are going to be what make up your muscles. Fats, we need a certain amount of fat in our body to help protect our organs when we jump around and to keep our bodies warm. Vitamins are also important minerals that we get from our foods or supplements, water, and fiber. We'll talk specifically now about each one of those. So carbohydrates they're simple and they're complex carbohydrates. So simple are going to be broken down really fast in your body. It's going to be like eating a piece of candy. And complex carbohydrates are going to take a little bit longer. That's going to be a carbohydrate, let's say, from eating a piece of bread or eating, spaghetti, something like that. All carbs are processed the same way, whether it's a candy or an orange, but one gives you empty calories, like the candy, and the oranges provide you with things like fiber and vitamins. So if you're needing some energy and you're thinking, I need something to grab something quick, I'm feeling that low in my blood sugar, it's always better to pick something like a piece of fruit, obviously, than a candy, if you have the opportunity to do that. So carbohydrates are needed for energy, as I said before, and specifically they're needed to provide energy for protein metabolism. So that's important. You need to have the proper amount of carbohydrates in your system, in your diet, in order to metabolize your protein. So just the high protein diet with no carbs is not going to be the best option because you actually need that to metabolize the protein. And when you're talking about calories for carbohydrate, there's 4 calories per gram of carbohydrate. Proteins, that's your body's secondary energy source. They must be present for the body to grow, repair damaged or injured tissue, create new tissue, regulate water balance. So if you're working out a lot, you want to make sure you eat enough protein because you're actually breaking down your muscles when you work out, and you need to give your body that protein to build back up again so that you don't feel so sore. The components that lay the foundations for your organs, your blood clotting, your muscles, your skin, your hair, your nails, hormones, enzymes, and antibodies. That's what proteins are. So you need protein. Protein is important for a lot of stuff. It also helps to maintain a proper balance of acid and alkaline in the blood. And amino acids are the building blocks for protein. So there's 22 amino acids, which are essential elements of protein. 8 are essential amino acids, which means they must be consumed through the diet because our body does not produce them. So we'll go a little bit more into that another day, but you definitely want to make sure you get all the amino acids that you can and the proteins. And then the proteins have 4 calories per gram. Fats, also known as lipids, are another source of energy. So they supply essential fatty acids like omega-6 or omega-3. They maintain healthy skin, regulate cholesterol metabolism. They're precursors to prostaglandin, which is a hormone that's like substance that regulates some of your body processes. So you need fats, again, just like proteins and carbs. They carry fat-soluble vitamins, the fats do. The fat-soluble vitamins are A, D, E, and K, and it aids in absorption from the intestines. That acts as a cushion and a stabilizer for all our internal organs. It supplies a protective layer to help regulate body temperature and maintain heat. And this is the kicker here. For each gram of fat, you have 9 calories. So that's why you want to watch the amount of fat that you eat. You can eat twice as much carbohydrates or protein and not get the same amount of calories you get from fat. But you do need fat in your diet. You need to get the right kind of fat. Like coconut oil is a good fat. Avocados are a good fat, that type of thing. But you want to make sure you're not overeating that. And triglycerides are the form that fat is broken down into. Triglycerides are basically 3 fatty acids in 1 molecule of glycerol. That's what it looks like chemically. And there's monounsaturated and there's polyunsaturated fats. Monounsaturated just means there's one. Poly means there's many. So you should really try to get more monounsaturated fats in your diet versus the polyunsaturated fats in a nutshell. Vitamins, that's a big thing right now. I think the vitamin industry is like $1 billion. So vitamins are real important. In fact, a lot of people ask if they should supplement, and yes, you should. Most of the food that we get in our diet today, even if it comes from a farm, the land has been so farmed for hundreds of years, and it's depleted of all its vitamins and minerals, or not all of them, but a lot. So you're not getting, from the spinach you get from the ground today, you're not getting the same vitamins and minerals you did 100 years ago. So it's a really good idea to supplement. Vitamins do not have any calories, and they can't be used as a food source, but they're important. They're needed for the body to grow, develop, maintain its metabolic processes, and assist in digestion and assimilation. So it helps to put things together. And I'd mentioned the fat-soluble vitamins. There's also water-soluble vitamins. Those are like the vitamin C, that type of thing. Minerals are important. They're broken down into groups. So there's macrominerals, which are required in larger amounts by the body, and trace minerals, which are required in smaller amounts. And other trace minerals or elements are thrown in there too. The body's unable to synthesize minerals, so they must be taken in through the diet on a regular basis. So we need to get that through our food, or like I said, it's a really good idea to do a multivitamin mineral supplement. Macrominerals are things like calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, sodium, and potassium. Trace minerals are things like iron, iodine, manganese, chromium, selenium, copper, fluoride, molybdenum, however you say that, boron, and zinc. And the body only needs small amounts, but when imbalances or deficiencies occur, it can lead to serious health problems or even death. You've probably heard of people being in the hospital with like potassium levels off when they have heart issues, so it can really be a life-threatening thing. I've had some family members that have been in the hospital with that kind of thing, and it was a little scary. So you need your minerals. Water is the fundamental part of life. So water has a role in every bodily function. I know there's some of you out there that do not like to drink water, but you need to drink your water. Water allows for chemical reactions to occur from the nutrients we ingest. It maintains the body's proper body temperature. It transports nutrients to and oxygens from the cells. It lubricates the joints, transports oxygen through the blood and the lymphatic system, and compromises from a half to 2/3 of our body. The body requires 9 to 12 cups of water a day. I personally follow the body weight in pounds divided by 2 rule. That means that if you take your body weight in pounds, say you're let's do easy math, 160 pounds, you need 80 ounces of water. So that's a lot more than what we used to think of 8 ounce glasses of water would be 64. So take your body weight divided by 2. You need that much water during the day if possible. Keep a water bottle with you. That's the only way that I ever get my amount of water that I need. I keep it, I drink it at work, I drink it at home. I pretty much drink water out of a water bottle all day long. Very rarely do I use a cup, but it's really important, especially now that it's summer. If you're outside a lot, you're going to be sweating more. You need your water. So drink up. Put some flavor in it if you can't stand the regular water. Fiber should be, a diet should contain a minimum of 20 to 30 grams of fiber per day. So the typical American diet only contains about 11. We're low on the fiber. Proper bowel elimination comes from enough fiber. So we need to get that fiber to move things through our body, or you're going to have constipation, that type of thing. The absence of fiber in the diet can lead to problems of the gastrointestinal tract, including diverticular disease and constipation. So get your fiber, and that's going to be, you can get a lot of good fiber from eating fruits and vegetables, especially raw vegetables. That's going to help move things through the system. And there are lots of diets out there, since this is our fundamentals of nutrition. But really, when you're talking about nutrition, it has to be a lifestyle change. Diets are something that you do with the purpose to lose weight, and then people go off them when they reach their goals. It has to be a lifestyle change. There's some websites you can check out that have dietary guidelines. The US, the health.gov website, Super Tracker. Some things you want to remember with nutrition is you want to shop the perimeter of the store. That's where the healthy things are going to be. Where the processed foods is going to be in the middle. Eat unprocessed foods as much as possible. Eat a protein and carb together to help you feel satisfied. So if you're going to eat a meal or a snack, try to put those two things together. Try to get, let's say, an apple with some peanut butter or a handful of nuts. A piece of string cheese with a orange, something like that. So you're going to get your energy, but you're also going to get the protein to keep you feeling satisfied longer. If you just eat a bowl of cereal in the morning, you're going to be hungry in an hour or two. So eat, some eggs with your cereal, something like that. You want to eat, in general, these are just some good guidelines, a lot of lean meats and green veggies. That is going to be the meat and potatoes for most of the diets out there. Any diet you see nowadays, it boils down to eating lean meats, lots of veggies, and some fruits thrown in there, and staying away from the unprocessed foods and being low in sugar. So that is all our nutrition for today on our fundamentals page. I want to encourage you to start logging your food, so you can either write that in a food journal, just get a notebook and write it down, or I've downloaded MyFitnessPal on my phone. It's an app. You can track all your food. You can actually scan the barcode on your foods. It'll have all the calories, all the breakdowns of the fat, carbs, proteins on there. I encourage you to start logging. It's going to keep you accountable. It's going to be a real good way for you to see what you're doing. And if you thought you're eating well, you might not be eating as well as you thought. It just kind of keeps us on track when we start to slide a little. So log your food this week on a piece of paper, or like I said, download something like MyFitnessPal. I also encourage you to take that cooler I showed you yesterday, fill it with healthy snacks, keep it in your car. That way, if you're on the go, you're running, it's time to eat, you're starving, you can eat some healthy things instead of spending money going through the drive-thru and eating something that's not good. So keep your cooler, get your water bottle, log your food. I also encourage you today, since it's the beginning of our 8-week challenge, to get a tape measure and do some measurements, because and weigh yourself. A lot of the times, changes in our body aren't going to be seen on the scale. They're going to be seen in inches before they're seen on the scale. And we'll talk more about that later. I'll show you how to measure yourself, where to do that, and things like that. So Anyway, have a good Monday, and I'm going to go get the rest of my family ready. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you later. Bye. See ya.